All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So I'll be honest, I think this is actually a juicy setup video right here. I really like this JOAN chart. I think I also really like that Rite Aid chart, RAD. I think RAD was a little overbought on the RSI, if I remember. Obviously, we'll talk about the details when I look at it, right? But oh man, this JOAN one, I had no idea that this thing was doing this. I think there's so much to like here. And again, I always say, I don't say this to just sound like a nice dude. Like, dude, the viewer requests are getting so good. I hope you guys are taking, and you girls are taking the time to like read these comments, because people are dropping fire in these, all right? But we're going to talk about JOAN and RAD a lot. And then BBKCF, I have no idea what the chart looks like. I think I actually saw it a couple days ago, and I don't think I was a fan of it. But we'll take a look at that one together, and I'll give you my thoughts, right? But really, before we go any further, what are we going to do today? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. I will draw some horizontal support and resistance lines here, and then when we are done with the when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe to the channel, share this video online, comment good or bad. Look, anything you can do really does help me out, especially if you can actually share the video. It does so much, okay? But look, let's get into it one more time. Man, there is a lot to like in the immediate, but let's just zoom out and see what this thing looks like. And wow, simply put, JOAN's has had a lot of pain. This is a rough one to see. And look, let's be honest, right? Like, you know, I normally don't talk about the fundamentals of companies, but JOAN Fabrics is in a really tough market, all right? Like, my wife is really into Temu. I don't know, dude, if Temu's a public company, let me know what the ticker is. But dude, Temu is you can buy fabrics on, like, I live in LA. We have a fashion district. You can buy cheaper fabric on Temu than from like wholesale fabric district in downtown, you know what I mean? Let alone super expensive JOANs, right? Like Bed Bath and Beyond went under, and like I gotta, you know, again, that's just my fundamental opinion about this company that I happen to know, right? That said, under all the moving averages for so long, like just look at that red line, look at the 50 moving average. I mean, it's basically been an impossible line to break. However, the way it works is break the 8, go to the 20, break the 20, go to the 50, break the 50, go to the 100, and we start to see it. Break the 8, go to the 20, break the 20, couldn't quite go to the 50, tries, and then breaks the 50. And I mean, this thing looks like it wants to go to the 100. And what's even more, just there's this, look, I'm not saying this is like TTOO, all right? I'm not saying this is like Tupperware, but one of the things, I'm going to go back to Tup real quick. The thing I liked about Tup was that space was great. That space was great. The space between this line and that line was great. Then as we kept going, I obviously started drawing more lines, but before it was from here to here. You know what I mean? Like there were big gaps and tranches. This has some big, like it's this, then it's this, then it's this. You know what I mean? I'll go a little higher. Let's at least hit some of that. I think it's that. Like this might be something. It definitely stopped it here. But like, look, I drew this based on over here, and it basically lines up perfectly with the 200, right? Like break this, go to that, you're almost doubling your money. Not exactly, but you're basically adding a little more than $1 on a stock that only has a single dollar. Go from here to here, man, that's another super healthy chunk right there. And again, from there, it's just, there's a lot of recovery tranches, and there's a lot of spacing between these lines, and really big chunks of even this to this is almost a 50 burger, right? So you can obviously probably draw something in between it too. You can probably draw something a little bit in between it too. But look, don't have $10 dreams on $1.30. All right, that's, I think, the silliest thing you can do. And don't underestimate this 100 moving average line, which we can clearly see has been a wild difficulty. A little bit of something right here, you know, that's cool to see. And it was basically a year ago, right? A year ago, August to September, we did some movements. But yeah, it's going to be hard to break it. But if you can break the 100 moving average, that really could be a big game over. And 146 is that number, 147, or I'm clicking, whatever you want to call it, right? But get over that 100 moving average, and there's a lot of reason to believe this might actually want to come to 280. Again, this could be a little bit line in between this 212, 215. I obviously have this 160 something, 170 something, but yeah, on just about 150. There's a lot to like on JOAN. And look, MACD in the positive, RSI little high but still pretty healthy, and not that long ago we were sitting in the 80s for sure. So big pump for sure, hard drop, but take this day away, we're actually like increasing pretty healthily. Like healthily? I don't think that's a good word. That's a healthy increase. That's what I wanted to say. You know what I mean? So JOAN looks good, and despite this nasty pump candle, we're not doing too bad. So that's really cool to see. And look, oh my goodness, again, break the 20, go to the 50. That's a real big spacing, right? Real big spacing. So a lot to like on the weekly, really good indicators down here. A lot to like on the daily. Hey, JOAN, must watch for Monday. Rad. Take a look at RAD. Okay, this is definitely what I was saying in the beginning. This is what I remember seeing. Dude, we're at a 94 RSI. What did you do after hours? You're lying. You went up a little bit. Get out of here. Look, a 94 is really high, but again, this is the things that I talk about. When the spacing is beautiful, that's fantastic. When the spacing is beautiful, that's fantastic. Break the 50, go to the 100. Break the 100, go to the 200. And this thing actually went there. It hit it, and man, that's a beautiful thing. And look at where we're at, right? We're basically at this little plateau right here, maybe just a little bit under it, right? But break that plateau, and again, just a lot like we saw with the other. Oof, interesting. All right, this is definitely something. We'll put this here. Yeah, it looks like it hits it here. Looks like it hits it there. That's the next place up right there. And then really, I think I'll just kind of take this. It looks like it's the peak of that. That hits that, bottom of that. I like these lines. These are the next three lines. Again, don't have $9, $10 dreams on a 260 stock. No. It's all about the 200 moving average right now. All right. I think 309 is kind of the wall, and I'll be honest, I don't think it's going to break it. I just think that this is a little too high in RSI. 94 is a lot. That said, my goodness, that's a really strong MACD, and damn, that's some really strong volume. So maybe this 94 is really insignificant because this is good, and this is good, right? I don't know, but I think maybe we'll run to 309. I think maybe the volume will allow it, but yeah, I find it a little hard to believe we're going to break the 200. I do think the 8 will probably get to like right here. I don't think this goes much lower than 230 unless it tanks tomorrow. If this can do well tomorrow, the 8, like I said, should get us close enough to where 225, 230 will hold. But right 8, I think nothing more than this 94 RSI scaring me, but damn, that's a beautiful profit. And I mean, again, this is red, green. We might want to get into the 50, right? But what's this right here? Again, 230. I can see this coming down at 230. It might be an interesting place to catch this at 230 and see if it rebounds from there, right? I think that's my best advice on RAD, but oh man, I hope you guys made some really fat money on RAD, okay? BBKCF. Big digital. Oh, that's horrible. Okay. I will be real honest with you. I do not like this one at all. There's way more to not like than like, okay? First and foremost, my rules basically are good things happen over the 8 and the 20 and bad things happen under it, okay? And we can see what happens. This is great. You're riding it up. It's great, right? Once you lose it, it gets scared. Look, the entire story is right there. You have 3 out of the 5, more than 50% of my moving averages are a stone throw away. It's literally all living in this 22-cent world, right? You can see all the decimals in the box over there. But if we fall below 222, it's a really, because look, I'm going to delete the line because this matters more, but that's the horizontal right there. You lose this line, we're coming here. we're for sure coming down to 19 cents. And I know that seems like a couple pennies. You can see 2 cents is almost a 10% loss, right? So that's a scary MACD. That's a MACD that's diverging the wrong way. Again, diverging is just a fancy word for going away from each other, but those are diverging the wrong way. Looks like the RSI does want to come down. Volume's been, I mean, horrible. There's a lot to be worried about. There really is. And man, just here's the truth of it. Okay, let me draw this line right here. I'm going to draw that, and damn, you can see that hits a hard plateau there. I was going to draw this, but I don't think I need to draw that. If 15 is lost, it'll be a quick drop down to 6. Because red, 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 maybe you can raise it just a little bit. I'll take it to there. I think that's even maybe a little generous. It's still in the 6, but red, 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 green, 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 green. It will be red, red. Like 15 is the death line here, all right? It really, really is the death line, all right? But if you can get over that 30-cent line, where did that 30-cent line come from? Did I draw this? Did I cover this all? I have no idea. All right, sorry, I'm talking to myself right now. Get over 30 cents. That's 50% of this big candle right here. Get over that, and that's where good things will happen, and it's much easier to see it on the weekly. Get over this. You've got green, 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 green. Red, 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 sorry. You should ride it up all the way to 45. And that right there is a 50% move right there. That's huge, right? And that's only to the first line. If you can go just a little higher, you might actually even hit 50. But don't even think 50. If you can get over 30, you got a 45-cent target staring at you in the face. And I would much rather completely avoid the 20-cent to 30-cent range and jump in 30 up, all right? Again, though, one more time, if this thing hits 222, 221, if you go below those 3 moving averages, I would be wildly scared. And unfortunately, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad. That's making me believe we're going to at least come to this. All right. I have no crystal ball. I can't see if it's going to hold it or not, right? I don't know what Wednesday's going to do. I would guess we're not going to hold this and we're going to drop, all right? Also, this is pretty bad volume, and the one thing I want to show is this minute chart, all right? Look at what this thing looks like. And I knew this was going to look like that because volume was so low, right? But these are insignificant, like this is not what you want to see on the daily chart, all right? Obviously, like it's silly to compare this to Tesla, but get out of here, sorry. TSLA. Tesla still has full real candles even on the minute, all right? That's what good volume should look like. BBKCF, look at this thing, all right? Volume is 0.0 for a number, like literally no shares are trading this entire time. Then someone finally moves 300 shares right here. And we go from up here. Like this is the kind of stock where you can't sell any minute you want. And if things go bad, if you lose this and everyone starts wanting to sell, if you lose this and everyone at the same time wants to start selling, that's how you have the really hard falls down. So a lot more to be scared about than like here. But let me know your thoughts and opinions, and if you disagree with me, I'm not here to pretend I'm right all the time, right? But hey, I appreciate you so much. Thank you.